Greetings to everyone. This is Prathmesh Gaurav, a student of TEDx Young Tech Academy, and today's topic is small inventions bring change. Now, since the start of this eternity, the seeds of the civilization were sowed. What started was very basic, and what we currently are like a lot better than that what we started. 4 million years ago, when the earth was created, it was just basically crater full of lava and all. But now it has a society. It has 8 billion people living in it. So a small thing was created, and now that's a big thing. Now, let's take the example of the musical world. Around 2000 years ago, there were just hymns written and all, and then come the devotional period. Everywhere in modern Europe, there were churches singing. In India and in the other part, there were local hymns. And now, with the invention of instruments and invention of modern techniques, we have different varieties of music. We have an entire industry. When the humans came to earth, they were just wearing the leaves of the tree or just the bark of the tree. But now, there's a big fashion industry. It started by weaving, then the weaved clothes came, followed by stitching. And after the revolution, many clothes are there. And what I believe is, a small step is the most necessary thing. Let's take the example of 17th century France. The tyranny of the clergy was so prevalent that the people were afraid to tell anything to them. And then the Revolution de France came, and after that it sowed the seed of a thing called democracy, which is there in the entire world currently. Hadn't Edison tried 31 times to make that light bulb glow, would we see those lights today which we see? Would the lights in the world would be seen from space? Would they? So that's what is necessary. There is a story where a Pythagorean, to find a formula, after he found the formula, he died. But that formula has helped million people to calculate different calculations today. Now, inferring from all these inputs, what me, Priyam Dheer and Aramudali created was a basic thing called Sanjivini. Now, what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear the word Sanjivini? A medical thing, right? But speaking of it, medical is a very broad topic, and so what our focus is, first aid. Now, many of us have read about first aid in our books, right? We have read it. But do you know how many villages are there in India? Anyone of you? 6,85,388 villages in total, with 850 million people living in them. And what is the total number of PHCs in our country? PHC means Primary Health Care Center, just 1.5 lakhs. Recently, a video from a Bundelkhand region of Uttar Pradesh came, where a man was taking his wife on a cart to a hospital for 20 kilometers just because she fainted. And you all must have heard about Dashrath Manjhi, the mountain man of India. There's even a film about him. So what happened was, his wife and he were on the mountain doing digging. Now her wife fell and she got hurt. She got a wound, and the hospital was 40 kilometers away. There was a mountain in between, so they had a road, so they were 40 kilometers away. On the way, due to the wound, she was pregnant and she died. And in India, every year, 8,000 to 10,000 people die just due to the non-availability of first aid. So here our apps comes in. So our app is basically bilingual. It is available in Hindi and English, and we plan to add others too, as it's currently the developmental stage. So what it does is, it focuses on 4 basic health types. So what are the 4 basic health types? Social health. So in India, does anyone wants to waste their 200 or 300 rupees just going to a doctor for asking how to talk to people? They just search it on Google, they find many studies, and then what we did was, we researched on it, and on 6 topics, we made out a conclusion out of it. Now, first aid, which is our main focus. So we have currently listed 5 problems. There are many first aid problems, but currently there are only 5 problems available in our app. So what it does is, it provides many solutions to it and how could a person easily cure it. And even in rural India, the internet connectivity rate is just 50%. But every family, out of every 4 family, 2 families have internet. So our app just needs a smartphone with the internet and Bluetooth. That's available in every smartphone right now. And our app is here. So will anyone of you like to come up on the stage so I could demonstrate? Sure. So everyone could see this. So here's its link. It's webinar.plismo.com/y215. So when we click on start over here, so what it comes is our home page. So actually it was made for a laptop. Its APK would be like made soon. So here it is, like when you are on the main page, you see the app is created in difficult situation when people can't reach doctors. So when we click on continue, suppose this guy, so there would be a language option. What language would we prefer?
English.
Okay. So when we click on English, here are the 4 types. It's a very basic menu. So suppose he has a small wound in his leg. He clicks on first aid. So here's the wounds and cut option. So when he clicks on the wounds and cut option, here's written stop the bleeding. Minor cuts and wounds usually stop bleeding on their own. If needed, apply the gentle pressure with a clean bandage or cloth and elevate the wound until the bleeding stops. And other things are also written. Now let's take another example. Now many of you have got fever any time in your life? Yes?
Yeah.
But do you go to the doctor the first day itself? Do you? So that's the typical Indian mentality. Like, जब fever confirm होने में 1 दिन तो लगता है. So that's where it comes in. So suppose someone just had some pain due to gas in his or her body. So what we did was, like we made a solution over here. Like gas is caused due to this and this, and then like you for a regular medicine you could take this. For a homeopathic medicine you could take this. And for suppose for coughing, you could take a ginger tea in Ayurvedic medicine. You could take a regular medicine and you could take a homeopathic medicine. So this is basically a app. So now I would like to end with what is our mission. Like what I want is there should be no deaths in India due to first aid. I know that's a long distant thing for now, but it is possible. Now this was a small input from my side. This is Prathmesh, Gaurav signing off. Thank you.